go. We are live. Oh, what the heck is all over this glove? Why is that glove all gross? Guess I'll use that as my left hand so gross stuff is on the back. Yo, what up, Mr. Rainbow? Welcome in. First one in today. I'm about to go on a nice little golfing vacation. So we started early so I could get out of here early tonight and go get packed up and ready to go. It's gonna be great. Alexis, Storm, what's up? Thank you guys for joining in on the stream. We are building a nice little 5060 Ti 16 gig PC. First one, but I'm not going to be the last. No. We'll have people show up. I think I am just a little bit earlier than usual, and so I think attendance might be a little slow at the start. But yeah, this is a great PC. This is the exact same build that we did last week with the 9700X 5060 Ti 16 gig. Got the little 240 millimeter AIO, 48 gigs of RAM, 2 terabytes of storage, 750 watt power supply, and then the ASRock B850 Riptide. Yeah, this is literally identical build to the last one we did. Funny story, that guy bought his PC and then somebody else, I think it was either his brother or his brother-in-law was like, hey, I want the same build that you're building my brother. And so there we go, we had 2 in a row. Yo, Bull Moose, thank you so much for the sub on Kick, appreciate that. Jester Travis, what's up? All right. Yeah, so 9700X, 5060 Ti 16 gig, some RGB on the AIO, RGB on the RAM, some RGB fans built into the case. I don't know if there's anything more to be said. Let's just get to it. Sorry, I just smacked my microphone. That probably sounded good. Yeah, we're gonna get into this build so I can get home at a decent hour tonight and pack up for my trip. We're gonna be me and some buddies have like a 3-day golfing trip this weekend. So we're gonna be playing tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday. Plus, we're gonna be playing some D&D. We all made characters, and one of the guys is gonna DM, and he, designed our campaign for us. So it's gonna be fun. Like we're doing the golf, athletic type stuff, and then we're doing the nerdy D&D stuff too, so I'm really excited. Which D&D edition? I have no idea. I think he said we could kind of use whatever as far as like our characters. I think a lot of the stuff I chose was like Legacy. I don't know if, okay, so has anyone in the chat read any Brandon Sanderson books, like Cosmere stuff? That's very specific. But I don't know if anyone's read that before. What up, Zeri? How we doing? Camellia, how are you? Has anyone in the chat read any of Brandon Sanderson's thing? Oh, so you've read The Way of Kings. Okay, so yeah, the character that myself and one of the guys chose is from the Mistborn saga. So I am going to be Breeze from the first Mistborn saga, and then he's going to be Wax from the second Mistborn saga, which, if you don't know, Wax is actually like a descendant of Breeze. So it'll be really interesting. I think we can play it pretty well. I think it'll be a lot of fun. I'm really excited for it. I've played Pathfinders once a few years back, like we did like one campaign. And I haven't played anything like that since, so I'm really excited to get to do that again. Just chilling, love to hear that. All right, ASRock B850 Riptide Wi-Fi. Let's get our CPU in here. We've got the Ryzen 7 9700X. This is a great CPU for these like mid-tier builds. Hands are all shaky apparently. Yeah, 8 cores, boosts up to 5.4 gigahertz. This is great if you're doing more than like just gaming and maybe like you need to do some workstation or editing type stuff on the side. Having 8 cores with 16 threads is super nice to have. Don't get me wrong, like the 9600X or 7600X are great for gaming. But if you have some other stuff that you're trying to do, having the extra cores it's always nice. All right, 2 terabyte SSD. It's been a while since you played D&D. Yeah, I haven't. I mean, I've never actually played D&D. I played Pathfinders, which is very similar. I'll probably understand a lot of the mechanics and stuff because I have played Pathfinders, but I'm sure there are things that are different about it. Aaron, what's up? W Dill, how we doing? Welcome in, Walking Phoenix. Not Joaquin Phoenix, but Walking Phoenix. The star in my wife's favorite movie, for some reason, is The Village. So, Joaquin Phoenix. Yeah. Really kind of tucked that down there, didn't they? There we go. Two terabytes going in. We've got a 5060 Ti 16 gig going in here from Gigabyte. What up, cool? Get off my finger. My 13700 KF is fine, but still maybe one in the future. Oh yeah, the 13700 KF is still a great CPU. I mean, definitely no need to upgrade that probably for the next couple of years. You'll still be doing great in gaming with that thing for a while. Tommel, it's the 9700X, AMD's Ryzen 7. Their newest Ryzen 7 non-X3D chip. A 3060, that's a GPU, not a CPU, but yeah, 3060 is still solid. Good for 1080p gaming. You have a 5700X, is it good to pair with the 5060 Ti? It's not bad. You know, if you already have it, you know, it's not bad if like you're looking to upgrade your GPU. You definitely will be leaving a little bit on the table in terms of what the GPU is capable of. But I think you would still have a good experience, you know. Like there's always gonna be no matter what you have in your PC, like there's always gonna be a bottleneck somewhere. Like that's just the way that it works. But yeah, there's definitely gonna be a bit there from your CPU not being able to keep up with your GPU quite all the way, but I think you'll still have a good time with that. You have a 1060. That is definitely getting a little old. AMD CPUs have the nicest design. As soon as I upgrade to a new CPU, I'm going to frame my old one just because it looks so cool. Nice. I've been meaning to do that sleeper PC build that I did. I kept all of the internal components from what was originally in the case, and I really want to have my wife help me do like a shadow box or something for it because yeah, I think it would look really cool. Mainly bought it to leverage the E-cores. Yeah, and that's kind of the really nice thing about Intel. Like if you're not just doing gaming, it is nice that they have a lot of those E-cores to help you with some of that non-gaming performance for a very reasonable price. 1060 works fine. I can do 1080p pretty well. There you go. What up, Dirty Bird? How we doing? Mainly, oh yeah, I already read that, sorry. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I mean, at least it's still playing the games that you're playing. Like that's the important part. Okay. All right, motherboard bolts, that's what I need. Okay. Oh, wait. We jumped the gun here a little bit. I was just trying to cruise. I almost forgot to put the brackets in here for our CPU cooler, guys. What are we doing? What are we doing over here? I've also put a couple of PC parts on your wall. AM3 motherboard, Quadro. Yeah, see, I want to do something like that. It's a super old. It was a pretty old computer. Like it's from 2000, Windows 2000, 2000-ish time frame. So it actually looks pretty cool, and it's the old school green. You know, all the PCBs and stuff are all that like cool old green. So yeah, I really like it. I want to do something with it. SSD. Like what SSD does it have in it? It's a 2 terabyte Gen 4 M.2 from Team Group. Okay, that should be everything. CPU is a 9700X. If you guys want to see like the full spec list, just type in ! specs. It doesn't work on TikTok, but everywhere else it should work. I mean, most of the time, what I usually suggest to people if they have the budget is to go with like a 1 terabyte main SSD and then throw like another 1 or 2 terabyte in for secondary storage. That's usually the best way to go if you can afford it. Use the Montec case as well. I absolutely love it. It's a great case, and it's cheap, man. It's like 70 bucks. Comes with 3 pre-installed fans. Looks good. It's a nice size. From Switzerland. I've never been to Switzerland. Granted, I haven't been to a lot of countries, but it's a pretty cool area. One of my old work buddies moved to Switzerland, I think late last year for a job. Like, I think he like moved just like, he's like on the border between Switzerland and, I can't remember, is Liechtenstein the one that's like right next to Switzerland? I'm trying to remember. So he was like living in one country and working in the other, which was interesting. Got a 11 G7 dual R7770s. A 9900X and a 97XT would be a great build. Bought one when I bought my GPU. It came with a free 1 terabyte. Hey, there you go. Yo, what up, Jay Savage? How we doing? Grims, what's up, dude? It's good to see you. Team Group MP44L, that's right. Yep. I know, Switzerland is next to a lot of countries, you're right. Austria, Italy, France. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's living in Liechtenstein, but working in Switzerland. He's working for like a tool company. I can't remember the name of it, but they, yeah, like commercial, they do a lot of like commercial tools, like power tools and stuff. Pretty cool. Okay, those look pretty well lined up. Bought one when I bought my GPU. It came with a free, yeah, that's really cool that it came with a free SSD. That's sick. Look at me and knowing geography. It's crazy. I couldn't even necessarily tell you what states border another state in the US, so I feel pretty good about that. Probably like best value. Yeah, exactly. Like it's like $100 for 2 terabytes and it's a Gen 4. It's pretty darn fast. Not much more you could ask for there. It's crazy to me how much cheaper SSDs have gotten since I started building. I started building back in 2020, and back then it was like we would do a 1 terabyte like main like Gen 3 SSD, and that would be like $100. And then if people wanted secondary storage back then, I was usually doing a hard drive. Like we would do, because even like a 2.5-inch SSD wasn't really any cheaper. So we would do a 2 terabyte hard drive for secondary storage for people, like for content creators who wanted to be able to like store their videos. Times have changed, man. Times have changed. It's only been 5 years. I put the 9700X in here. Been a bit. I've been good, man. We've been busy the last couple months. Ooh, you built a new gamer with a 9950X? Nice. Bet that thing is smoking fast. Okay, I'll tighten that one up all the way. I'm gonna sell the RX 580 and then gonna get a 6600 XT build going. Nice. Not only Gen 4, TLC NAND, and no different variants on manufacturer. Yeah, I really like Micron. And it might be because Micron's headquarters are here in Idaho, but they do really good quality stuff, which is why I use them a lot. Okay. Those are all tightened down, ready to go. Do I see the bundles on Amazon for PC parts? I mean, I don't typically look at them. Question when cleaning the CPU was best recommended for wiping the paste. So I would use like a paper towel or something to like get the bulk of the thermal paste off. And then if you can use if you have like a clean microfiber cloth and some isopropyl alcohol, put some of that on your microfiber cloth and then just wipe the CPU and the CPU cooler clean, and then you'll be good to go. And then for thermal paste, I mean, you could use like, you know, Arctic MX6. The stuff from Noctua is good. I mean, you can't really go wrong with thermal paste most of the time. All right, let's switch you guys over. Oh. Why aren't you turning on, sir? Oh. Don't mind me. Just need to deactivate and activate this camera because it's being all silly. There we go. We're good. Yo, what up, Vince? Bull Moose. Hey, Bull Moose, thank you so much for the sub, dude. Everything I play, the CPU hasn't gotten over 20%. That's awesome. Microfiber and Everclear. I would just use isopropyl alcohol. Just use a little good rubbing alcohol. I don't think I could ever condone anyone buying Everclear. Unless there's other reasons for using it than just getting absolutely wasted. Okay. Use toothpaste, not thermal paste. Hey, I mean, toothpaste kind of works. We've shown. 5060 Ti prices. It's about $500 US for this one with a 16 gigabyte. I'm close enough to Ti that I really should just use the Ti store more. Ti store? What is that? What are we talking about? Oh, coffee filters. There you go. Yeah, that way they don't leave any residue. I didn't break anything. What are you talking about? Nothing broke. What do you even mean? Should I get a 4K IPS monitor or a 1440p OLED? Personally, I would go 1440p OLED. Personally. Thermalright FW360 SE ARGB and your NZXT H6 Flow. That's gonna look so good. I love that CPU cooler. The highest end GPU to get right now, AMD side, 9070 XT, Nvidia, either a 5080 or a 5090. You have a 9950X Aorus Elite Master X870. What GPU should you get? Bro, you should be getting at least like a 5070 Ti, 5080, 5090, or a 9070 XT. Like any of those GPUs would be really solid with that build. You definitely need to pay attention to your power supply size. So depending on what size power supply, that could dictate how big of a GPU you can go with, or how powerful of a GPU you can go with. But yeah, any of those should work pretty well. I don't want to make that tight corner. I did this last time too. Okay, USB 3. Yo, Vince, thank you so much for the gifted sub. Appreciate you. To Walkin' Phoenix. Cheapest 5060 Ti 16 gig on PC part picker, $449. I've seen one like that, but the last time I looked on that one, like it wasn't actually available. It might be available now, but the cheapest one I saw that showed like $430 like a week ago, it wasn't actually available. It might have changed now. All right, USB-C. Let's get that up here. Okay, got that in. I mean, 5070 Ti is great. 850 watt. I would say 9070 XT should be fine. 5070 Ti is fine. 5080, you're pushing it a little bit. Personally, I don't like to use up that close to like my. I would say you don't want to use more than like 80% of your total like PSU capability if you want the thing to last. So I would say 5070 Ti or 9070 XT would probably be the safest. Just built my PC for $1,200. Got a 9600X, 3060, 64 gigs of RAM. 1 terabyte memory. Do you think that's a good price? That's not bad. Maybe I would say maybe a little overpriced. But you did go with more expensive RAM, or like a lot of RAM, which is pretty expensive. But if you built it yourself, I would say that's probably a little overpriced, but not terrible. And personally, like unless you got the 3060 for a really good deal, I personally would have gotten a 5060 instead, because there you can get those for $300. But again, I don't know what you paid for that. Let's get this RGB out here. There we go. Got that. Don't like how this is tied down over here. What up, Mad Hatter? Hoping the build's going well. It is going well so far. We haven't really gotten far enough for there to be any problems yet, so. I mean, I literally just built this exact same PC last week, so if I struggle, it's kind of my own fault. Like literally spec for spec, this is the exact same build I did last week. for this guy's, either, I can't remember if it's his brother or his brother-in-law, but either way, yeah. Either way, I shouldn't have any trouble with it. The nice part is I already have the new BIOS on my drive. I won't even have to download it. Okay, so that stuff's all plugged in, good to go. This stuff we're gonna basically bundle it up together a little bit, and then we'll stick it back under there. Okay. All right, that is all plugged in. This is not really cleaned up yet, but I don't have enough stuff in here to do any more than that. Let's get our power supply stuff going. Any golfing lately? Yes. So I just bought a new driver on Father's Day. Thankfully, my wife miraculously let me buy one. Because my old one was like 13 years old. I've been using it the entire time, like ever since I was just out of college. So I figured it was about time to upgrade, get something a little bit newer, hopefully a little bit more forgiving. Hit the driving range on Monday to try and get the feel for that and just get some swings in. And then I've been trying to play like almost every week lately, like since the weather started getting nicer. Haven't quite been doing that, but getting close. And then starting tomorrow, we're going on a boys trip with some dudes, and we're going golfing every day. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we're golfing 18 holes at least. And then we're gonna play some D&D in the evening, so it should be a lot of fun. Were you getting a 5060 for 300? Newegg, sometimes Amazon. The 5060 non-TI, you can get them for 300 bucks sometimes. You just gotta get the right model, like the MSI Shadow or the Gigabyte like Wind Force. Those are the ones you'll be able to find for that. Fastest you can build a PC. I did a budget like a little workstation build not too long ago. 26 minutes. Just got my stuff a couple days ago from Micro Center. Dude, I wish I had a Micro Center. It's my dream to do this in the future as I progress in my journey. Love that. It's a lot of fun, man. It's a lot of fun. All right, motherboard cable. Got a CPU cable. Shouldn't need SATAs. I want the PCIe one that doesn't have the extra bit. This guy, all right, yep. And then we don't need that. Okay, let's get some stuff plugged in. Oh, you don't like the Micro Center? Where are you at, Ryan? Which one? We got an Amazon warehouse, so the birds around here might have to get used to some drones. That's pretty funny. For soothing my nerves with a live build, as you know, I live in Israel and it's been hard. Yeah, man. Oh yeah, dude. That's it's a rough time over there right now. I can't imagine. Cannot imagine. I mean, it doesn't really matter what side you're on. I think we can all empathize that it's not a great time right now, living over in the Middle East area, or whatever the correct term would be, I don't know what the politically correct term would be anymore. You're in Denver? Oh yeah, that's the closest Micro Center to me is Denver. I'm in Idaho. Getting hot here. What's up, body count? Gonna start putting my new build together today. Finally got the last part in this weekend. Nice. What do you got in it? What's going in there? Middle East is perfect. Got it. Help, I'm stuck in Stone Mountain. Isn't that in like Stone Mountain, like Virginia or something like that? Okay, got that. That is in there. Let's get our motherboard power cable in here. PC part picker has multiple 5070 Ti's under 1K. Yep, you should be able to get one for, yeah, 900 something. 9950X, heard it was better for productivity because it's 16 cores. Yes. Still deciding between a 5070 Ti or 9070. The 9070 XT will outperform the 5070 Ti a bit. Yeah, they're pretty similar in terms of performance. And then you can usually get a 9070 XT for just a little bit cheaper than the 5070 Ti, but it seems to kind of change daily, so, you know, don't hold me to that. Like, I've been able to get them from time to time for like 800 something bucks, the 9070 XTs. All right, there we go. Got that over there. Okay, we got that in there. All right. Let's get our power supply installed, I guess. 7800X3D, 9060 XT, and a 011 compact. Oh, I love that. That's gonna look so good. Black and white theme with the Fantex RGB fans, Arctic RGB. Yes. Dude, that's gonna be beautiful. I love it already. I like it a lot. Okay, got that. Okay, got that plugged in. Gonna run this in here. It's a little tight, a little squeeze on that HD audio cable. We're okay. All right. See one for 1.4K. Woo! Is that US dollars? No GPU pre-installed fans, 26 minutes sounds about yet. And that was streaming. I think I mostly ignored chat for that build just because I was trying to go fast. But you know, I could be building PCs a lot faster than I do, but I'm spending half my time probably reading chat. So you guys should feel grateful. I'm literally wasting time so that I can talk to you guys. Got an Amazon warehouse. Oh yeah, I already read that. Truck's having headlight issues and dispatch won't let you drive. That's a pain. Look at the used markets if you can find a used 4070 Super, 4070 Ti Super. Yeah, you just gotta be careful with higher end GPUs, buying them used. Jay Savage, try typing exclamation point Discord. I think I have a command for it. I think I have a command for my Discord server. Okay, that is all in there, ready to go. Let's get our CPU cooler in here. I'm telling you guys, we're moving quick. What are we at? 35 minutes? We're already getting our CPU cooler installed right now. Crushing it. Absolutely crushing it right now. There you go, there's my Discord server. Hopefully that invite still works. Okay, before we do this, let's plug this guy in for our CPU cooler fans. I don't like that they do these, but whatever. I wish they would just do a freaking daisy chain thing like everyone else instead of this weird little block that is annoying to cable manage, but whatever. Okay. At least they pre-install their fans. That's thoughtful of them. The 50 series are more available and most will always be cheaper than 40 series new. Yeah, exactly. Like there's pretty much no discount right now on buying a new 40 series. 50 series, or used 40 series, you know, that's one thing. But again, buying a higher end GPU used is always, it's always a bit sketchy. Yeah, like you just don't know how it's been treated, you know? Okay, I'm gonna bring this down. Oh wait, before I do this, let's be smart. We're gonna open up our little baggie of bolts here. So I don't have to try and do that with my mouth or something. Okay. Stick these guys through there. Okay. Got those through. Okay, got those pulled through. Okay, we're gonna shift this over, I think, to right about there. I mean, honestly, I think it would be nice. I think cable-wise for these tubes, it would look better all the way over here. But I think for airflow and stuff, I think it's better to be here. That way it's above the GPU pulling air out. Hey, P Monster with the follow. Let's go. Thank you. Been a while since I've been here. What up, NoTech? Europe at the moment is a gold mine for new cards. So much so that 40 series isn't worth it anymore. Interesting. Wish we had that option here. I would love any 5080 for modeling and software. Yeah. Those things are pretty powerful. Is SolidWorks hard? I mean, it definitely takes a lot of knowledge to get like used to it if you don't have a background in design. But that's what I used in college when I was first learning mechanical engineering stuff. And then I spent most of my design years using NX, which I like a lot better than anything else right now. NX is awesome. Okay, so got those in there. Gonna run this guy down to here. Like that. Come on. Shouldn't be that hard. There we go. And that guy to there. Okay. And we can these guys in here. Keep it kind of loose, a little loosey-goosey. And this guy can come over here too. Then we're gonna plug this guy into there. I think what we'll do, there we go. I think what we'll do is we're just gonna daisy chain this off of the built-in fans. So all of our RGB is getting controlled by the one port. Keeps that front of the case looking nice and clean. All right, got that. Let's get our CPU cooler block in here. Throw some thermal paste on there, thermal grease. How's the job market for mechanical engineers currently? I think it's pretty decent in the US. I mean, I have only changed companies like twice in my career. So I started at one company fresh out of school doing like computer-aided manufacturing stuff, so like toolpath design for casting tools, so casting molds essentially. And then went to Daimler, where I was designing vehicle component parts for various different areas. That's Daimler in the US makes Western Star and Freightliner trucks. And then now I work for a company called Proterra. I don't design stuff here. I'm a basically like an application engineer for them. Yeah, so I've only changed jobs changed companies a couple of times, so my knowledge of the job market is all like secondhand, you know. I think if you're in the tech industry, it's really tough right now. The tech industry is struggling. Ah, it's all over my fingers. Doesn't matter what I do, just always end up with thermal grease everywhere. On myself, at least. Doesn't seem to get anywhere on anything else, just me. Plastic off. Good job, me. Bottom one first, because somehow this is easier. Got it. Honestly, we haven't used much in my current spot. I mostly use J-Spice. I don't even know what that is. Halfway through my electrical degree, and in Atlanta, Canada, there's an explosion in maritime construction and shipbuilding, so pulling mechs off the shelves like hotcakes. Interesting. You only have a handful of suppliers here, and they all inflate prices so much they are the only ones selling them. That's a bummer. I don't have a video where I like specifically call out what every single thing is on a motherboard. Like I could show you like where they are and stuff, but every single motherboard model puts certain things in different places, so it's kind of hard to do. I have plenty of videos to show you how to build a PC and what, you know, what goes where. So you could reference one of those. Okay, there we go. Put that up through there. Pull that tight. Run those guys through there, and then this one's gonna come back out. A lot of cables over here. Okay, this one, we're gonna take this RAM out. I'd be able to get away with just taking the one RAM stick out, yeah. There we go, got it. That was the AIO pump cable that I had to plug in there. Okay. Okay, got that. And then RGB for CPU cooler block. Plug that in there. And that stuff is all now nice and plugged in. It's not nice and cable managed, but it is plugged in. We can tighten some of this cable management up right meow. Okay, got that. W cable management, thank you. I really want to start a PC building, upgrading, cleaning, and maintaining repair kind of business. I don't know if I have any good tips. I mean, my whole start I got just through networking. Like I had been a content creator, like gaming content for like over a year when I started building PCs. And so I just started making them for friends and people I knew in the content space, and then, you know, just kind of kept doing that, kept, you know, working to expand my network. You know, worked hard to get, you know, build good PCs so that I could get referrals. But that's, you know, how I've gotten to where I am now. It was all just word of mouth, making good stuff, constantly trying to learn. Okay, got all that. And I think I can use, I don't know if I could get this in there. Yeah, I can kind of use that to hold this stuff down a little bit too. Okay, got that. Okay, and then from experience, I can't fit this all the way to the left because the G power supply is in the way, but I can run it here. Okay, so we're gonna put that out there. Clip off some zip ties in the back. All right. This guy, there's only so much you can do with this stupid thing. Kind of just have to stick it there. And I could try and put like a cable tie over the whole thing to try and like hold it flat. I don't know if that'll work though. That's what I was saying earlier. I don't like how they do their fan daisy chain thing because it's kind of a pain in the butt. There. It's pretty loose, but at least kind of keeps it in a nice spot. Okay. Cable management on the back. Pretty much done there. Okay, GPU time. Throw this guy back on top. Okay, so we need our second and third slots open. Ugh, there we go, got it. Okay, there we go. Ready to accept the GPU. What up, Forza? How we doing? Wish there were more people who are into it. It's a bit difficult here. People mostly just buy laptops or pre-built systems. Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, people here also buy a lot of pre-built stuff too, but I think people come to learn that there's a good chance when you buy these cheap pre-builts from like Amazon and Best Buy that you kind of end up with a crappy computer and it doesn't last as long as you'd like it to. Yeah, Levi, it's a Montic XR. Like you get what you pay for when you When you buy a super cheap PC off some random company, or even like the really giant pre-built companies that don't care, they're just in it for making money. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like to make money off my PC builds, but like, I also care a lot about the product I put out, you know? Okay. All right, it's in there. Very interesting, these little gigabyte ones actually don't even use a full width PCI, like PCB. Like they only use a by 8 slot. I'm pretty sure 5060 Ti's only utilize by 8, like PCI Gen 5 by 8 or whatever. But it's kind of surprising to see them only use that little bit of the PCB. You don't see that much. There we go. That is a PC, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, did that one crack on me? Yep. I hate these things, man. I think I have an extra one over here for some reason. Maybe this one won't break. There we go. There it is. There we go. We can check out the cable management there. Pretty clean. Got that nice one channel CPU power coming in over on this side, but everything else is just right there. GPU power cable. Yeah, there's not really much extra length, so there's not much we can do there. We can just kind of leave it. And yeah, I guess we could do something with it if we want. We can grab one more cable tie. Change my mind, we're gonna try and do something with it. I don't know if I can get it around this thing here. Mostly just something to kind of keep it from getting super loose. There we go. Okay, there it is. Backside, done. Front side, done. Side panel fits on, no bow in it. All right, there it is. Cost of this build, for me to build it and ship it, all that good stuff, taxes, put windows, update all the drivers, all that good stuff, it was about $2,000. So some of the reasons for that, so they opted for 2 terabytes of storage. They also went for the 48 gigabytes of RAM instead of the standard 32. And then we've got the 9700X, which costs a little bit more too. So all those things, whereas like if I was building like a strictly gaming 5060 Ti 16 gig, like budget friendly system, we would probably do like a 1 terabyte. We would probably do a 9600X. We would do 32 gigs of RAM. And that saves you a few $100. So you'd be in the like $1,700-ish range out the door. But yeah, they decided to upgrade a few things. So yeah, we ended up right around $2,000 on this one. Oh, modeling circuits? Yeah, I don't deal with those. I don't touch that. That's a black art. I don't touch circuit design. Yeah. Mechanical engineering only for me. I mean, a lot of my job does require electrical and like high voltage and controls knowledge, but as far as design stuff goes, I'm a mechanical engineer. All right, y'all. I want to see all of your favorite emojis in the chat right now before we fire up this PC for the first time. I'm gonna set the mood here a little bit, bring down the lights. But I want to see it. I want to see your favorite emojis. Mr. Rainbow, love it. Is that ice cream or balloons? It looks like a sundae. Every time I say this, he does something. Posted the builds in Discord. All right, dude. Oh yeah, the camera for some reason, like I think I turned it off, but the camera always tries to lock in on a person. So if I'm not in the frame, like it freaks out. I don't know why. Yeah, look at all those emojis. I love it. More, I want more. Oh, it is ice cream. Okay, cool. All right, y'all. So 9700X 5060 Ti, 16 gigabyte, 48 gigs of RAM, 2 terabytes of storage, 750 watt power supply, 240 millimeter AIO from Thermalright. Got the ASRock B850 and the Montech XR case. First ever power on. Okay, buttons over here. Boom. Hold on, let's do this. There. Now it won't do that. I can set tracking on it. Well worth the 2K? I think so. Pretty spicy. It's a great little build, man. And lots of room to upgrade in the future, you know? There's plenty of stuff you could do with this if you want to upgrade it down the line. Sounds like there was some air bubbles in the CPU cooler block to start. Another one in the bag. That's right. Another one in the bag. How fast did we do that? Hour and 3 minutes. I feel like we did that like 15 minutes faster than we did the last one. Not bad. Not bad. I assume you mean a 360. I would say if you have like the 9800X 3D or like more powerful for AMD, I would go 360. If you're looking to just like future-proof, to where like if you upgraded your CPU down the line, I would go 360. Or if you have an i7 or higher, I would say you definitely need a 360. This AIO is $48. $48. It's crazy. Right now on Amazon, you can buy, not a special deal or something for me, you can get that right now on Amazon in the US for $48. What up, Fadeaway? It's a great AIO, man. Thermalright makes some really good stuff. Is this pre-built? I mean, this was pre-bought. So, customer paid for the builds. You know, I wouldn't say we customized it to him because his brother or brother-in-law like customized one for him, and then he was like, I want the same one that you built him. I was like, okay, cool. Yeah, the 360 is great too, and that's also still cheap. Like I think they're like, what, 60 bucks? Something like that. They're still very reasonably priced even for the 360. Yeah, right, Levi? Like, they've come down so much in price for like the more budget-friendly stuff. Like if you're not trying to buy like Lian Li or Corsair or whatever, like you can get them for so cheap. And Thermalright makes good quality stuff. Like there's some brands out there that I wouldn't trust with how cheap their AIOs are, but I've built with enough Thermalright CPU coolers and like tower air coolers and stuff that like I trust that you're gonna get a good product when you buy Thermalright. The Trix 360 is incredible. I love it. It's such a good CPU. It's super expensive, not worth it for most people, but it is incredible. Oh, really? Because you can't even buy a deep cool in the US anymore. 54 plus tax? Nothing. Thermalright is a bit of a sleeper. Exactly. Arctic makes really good stuff too. Theirs is like, it's definitely more expensive than something like this, but it's a little bit more of a premium product. Like the Arctic stuff is a little bit more of a premium product than what Thermalright makes, but they're great. All right, y'all. That is it. I got to get software and stuff on this computer since I'm going to be gone. I'm going out of town for the next 3 days. I need to get software, test, and everything on this computer before I leave tomorrow morning. So we're going to have to cut the stream here so I can get to working on software, Windows, all that good stuff on this bad boy. I appreciate everybody hanging out. Yeah, you got a good AIO. That's awesome, Fadeaway. Hey, thank you so much for hanging out, Levi. Appreciate you subbing. Hopefully see you in the comments in some of my videos. You guys should check out, if you haven't yet, the sleeper PC video that's on my channel. It's kind of long, but it was a really cool process. You guys should definitely go check that out. All right, everybody, have a great night. Once again, thank you so much for being here, for chatting, making it fun, being a part of the community. And those of you, I know a couple of people dropped some subs, so appreciate that as well. Definitely helps out. And we'll see you on the next one. Peace.